So here we go, we've got the Samus of Noventia on the left, we've got the Donkey Kong of Focus Miss on the right. Let's get it started, our second set at Grand Conquest.
Going straight in aggressively,
don't jump!
Oh my gosh, just wanting to take the fight straight to Samus, as you would hope. The down throw into a double up air is going to put DK at 28%, but DK just ran straight at Samus, unrelentingly, not willing to just let her zone. Wants a back end to the forward air this time to just send Samus further away, but DK's big body able to come in handy there with the range on that back air, kicking through the super missile and kicking Samus as well. The screw attack is going to hit out of shield, as is the forward air, and Donkey Kong is most at disadvantage in this matchup at ledge. So big, so difficult to get around the options that Samus does have waiting out the morph ball bomb there. Lovely, and reading the air dodge back down for a charge shot there. Wants to land the last hit of forward air to send DK back out, but instead DK is able to return to stage, just needs a grab, but a back air's met instead.
Yeah, DK is known for having one of the best back airs in the game, but Samus might be one of those competitors to straight up say, mine might be better. They both went for a back air there.
Ding dong!
Oh, yes, indeed. We will be evening it back out, but it was interesting to note that of the two back airs, it was Samus that won out, and it's so strong. It makes sense. You are getting hit by several kilograms of metal in the process, but the forward air is particularly good at anti-Donkey Kong strategies because it hits from above. It can just clip through the recovery of Donkey Kong before you get hit by the Great Ape's own hitboxes.
Sending out a preemptive screw attack there. Send things a little bit sour there, but a giant punch is going to make things even more back in the favor of Donkey Kong, who is now edgeguarding Samus, getting clipped by the screw attack, but saying, it's all right, my back air is fast and big, and you are going away. I don't care how heavy you are, you're going away. The Zare wanting presumably to catch a jump and going off stage, maybe a little bit of an overextension there as DK is able to return, but just as quickly, Samus is able to put DK back to ledge and say, stay in the corner, you are not touching me. Here's another screw attack. I need to get this stock off you now! And an F smash is going to secure it.
Yep, so we're going down to the wire very easily, but something I've taken note of with Focus Miss in this, been very good at just hovering in that threat range off stage, but when you're in the threat range of Samus off stage, you might just get down aired into oblivion at, what was it, 29 or something?
20 something, hovering a little bit too long there, and Samus saying, I am the one who hovers with those morph ball bombs, that screw attack, that space jump, the gravity suit, weighing heavy on Donkey Kong there, who was sent packing after, despite all we talked about, a very, very back and forth, very, very even game. There were some lovely reads there, again, taking advantage of the sides of Donkey Kong from the likes of Noventia. There was a lovely tech roll read on platform with the fully charged shot, which secured a nice 80% deficit, but then Focus Miss was ready to answer back every single time, despite the disadvantage of Donkey Kong's size, able to swing back hard and swing back using the options that Donkey Kong does have. Again, that incredible back air, which is one of the best in the game. Let's not mix it up. DK may not be a very prominent character in terms of tier list, in terms of power, but is certainly prominent in that regard. Here we go. We are going to Pokemon Trainer as a switch-up game. So again, that's the advantage of best of 5. You can try out all your characters, see how things go. It did look like Noventia was catching on a little bit to the tricks of the Donkey Kong, but when you've got 3 characters to contest against Tail of the Toaster, it's a little bit more tricky.
And I feel like that spike that we saw take away the stock of DK, that was a DK-only kind of death. You know, we saw them explode off the bottom of the blast zone, but I think Focus Miss was just kind of, I could technically press up B here, but it won't help, so I'm just going to die. But Pokemon Trader should be able to fight the way back pretty comfortably. And I'm interested to see if, with the new character, Focus Miss can be just as good at protecting the off-stage territory, instead using Squirtle's water gun to control the pace from on stage, using withdraw to tank the damage of Charge Shot, but instead said reeling to his demise. No coming back after that one. You were better off taking the damage, unfortunately.
At that point, despite how light Squirtle is, beautiful use of flamethrower into now, wants to secure things with an edge guard. Charizard is here, and he's a big body like DK, but crucially, he's got the option to become smaller, to become lighter. Despite his massive power, wants an up B, a super armored move, not quite able to secure the kill at this point though. Just waiting, wants a 2-frame with the F-Tilt going for a forward throw. Instead, Samus is very, very heavy, so not going yet, but another forward throw may signal the end. I love that, just the crowd to fake the movement, and there we go, the seismic toss taking out Noventia.
Yeah, seismic toss, after all in Pokemon, it does damage equivalent to your level, and that was looking like a level 100 seismic toss right there. But now we have Noventia caught at the ledge, and usually that's where Samus thrives, but Focus Miss has been an expert in making that feel truly disadvantageous for Noventia. The water gun has been so good at controlling that space, and the main thing I've noticed with Focus Miss when reading Noventia's recoveries back to stage, he's been getting in the way of the Zaire distance, or getting there nice and quickly to prevent Noventia from using it in the first place. Finally, Noventia is finding those opportunities to do it, but Focus Miss has been so conscious of Noventia is not going to be using Screw Attack unless I force it. There will always be the threat of that tether. Speaking of which, Ivysaur's not working. Yep, the other's fine. Back to Charizard, who Focus Miss has seemed most comfortable with throughout this game anyway.
Yeah, there we go. I love the reverse. The up B wanting a better angle to send Noventia off stage there. The tether cancel into a cancelled tether that was not completely intentional at all there. Zard is out and about, and Noventia wants to make sure it returns fainted to its ball, narrowly dodging a charge shot. And there we go. I love it. The wait to wait for both the Morph Ball Bomb and the down smash. A great fly again, wants to seal things out, wanted an F tilt to catch it, but didn't quite manage it. There we go.
No.
Oh, dropping the shield, perhaps a little poke there, but an up smash certainly would have sealed it. Instead, it's a Screw Attack that's sending Charizard, that flying type, certainly not paying dividends at the moment after that electrical surge into the skies.
Yeah, all the close calls have been in Noventia's favor at the moment, barely living the fly and then barely killing with the Screw Attack. The up B simply favoring the Scottish player right now, but Focus Miss is going to be fiending for a kill before we get too far with these Samus forward airs, looking to burn the plant that is Ivysaur into a crisp. Focus Miss, he needs a comeback as well. Looking to build the longest road, but it is looking like the longest road to victory if you have to reverse 3-0.
There we are, wanting a down throw to seal things. That may be a little bit of a DI mix-up there. Ivysaur is known for a very potent back throw, but Samus is known for just being able to get in and say, get off my stage. Ivysaur is at ledge, but the Vine Whip comes out. Charizard is here, switching straight into Squirtle. You want to build that damage with the lightest and fastest character. Get those combos. Lovely back air to catch there, and we saw some beautiful edge guards earlier. Oh no, the positioning was just off for the water gun.
The idea, of course, being that Water Gun would push a helpless Samus to her demise at 11% if you can catch the 0 damage move after a recovery option. But Focus Miss has got to do it the long way, and eventually, after 2 of those up B outer shields from Charizard have connected, the third one was going to have to miss through the balance of probability. Now Noventia, can you punish that charge that you didn't have the fully charged charge shot ready to go, so it was a little bit too slow off of the Flare Blitz. Forward air threatening a kill instead.
Wants just to finish this off and secure this lead in this central game of the set, potentially there. A big Screw Attack, but Charizard at 176 is not going down quite yet. A great air dodge and a lovely wait to avoid the falling up air there. Charizard's big damage, a back throw into back air has got to be the back of your mind, and the back air came out there, but no back throw preceding it, so it wasn't true. Instead, you're going to nair the shield, no poke, and instead you're going to get sent high into the skies. Noventia takes game 2 over Focus Miss, and let's be completely real here. I think the trainer was doing better than the DK. It was just a few unfortunate mispositionings. It was a few unfortunate misses with some really, really clever options. We saw again that beautiful edge guarding from Squirtle, but then just undone by the fact that Focus Miss couldn't quite secure the kill fast enough. That Ivysaur deficit that we saw build and build and build certainly, I think, made it harder for Charizard to get back in the game. You might have massive strength, but you are a massive lizard who ultimately is going to be the perfect prey for someone who is used to hunting dragons.
And now your safety net is completely gone. Again, Focus Miss got something like 13th or 9th in the singles bracket at Grand Conquest last year, but now in danger in his very first set of the day. And for game 3, you have to consider, do I go for a matchup advantage but a risk in a new character of mine, in Rob? Do I stick to the Pokemon trader that was working well but ultimately not well enough? Or do I, for comfort, go back to Donkey Kong? And that is the decision that Focus Miss has made here today. Can Noventia complete the mission for Scotland and get a quick 3-0 on Focus Miss, which would be a large-scale upset, I have to say.
We will see what happens there. The DK, despite the fact that I did say that the trainer was seemingly more effective, let's not take away the fact that the DK is visceral and seemed really quite comfortable in the matchup here. That's the fourth up air in about 30 seconds, and it's managed to tack on 70% a beautiful spot dodge to dodge the grapple beam, but the second one does land its mark. Oh, the spinning Kong actually clanking with the morph ball bomb, but meaning that, of course, DK was ready to be killed, but there we go, the down B into the up smash. Boom, boom, clap, we will rock you. Noventia says Focus Miss, wanting to make sure that this is not the last game of winner's side. As we see, the stock taken very early at only a 58%. There we go, once a falling up air to follow up on a back air. Instead it's a spinning Kong to get Samus away from the king of Kong Country.
It would certainly be a treat if we opened up this stream with 2 Game 5 sets in a row, and the momentum that Focus Miss is displaying right now makes it feel like a truly real possibility. Ding dong! I am at your door! Let me in!
Absolutely giving no other alternative. If you don't want to let me in, I will break in myself, wanting boom, boom for a follow-up clap, but doesn't quite get it this time. But crucially, the DK is absolutely doing bits, being sent away, but you've got so much room to play with here. The Donkey Kong wants to secure dominance here. Ooh, I like the idea, but maybe a dash attack would have been more advised. There we go, the down throw into the double forward air, only connecting because of how big DK is.
Wow.
I love the idea of the headbutt to tank the up smash, but the multi-hit's proving too much.
Yeah, but I don't know if the invincibility, well, not the, I don't know if the heavy armor works any differently in the air. I'd be interested to repeat that interaction a few times, but for now, Focus Miss will not be offering because he needs to secure this stock. You don't want to get down to that last stock because it would always present the threat of being your last stock of the winner's bracket. Can we cover that? No, the back air misses, but the up tilt does it instead. Focus Miss is on the board for the London PR. TO as well, of course, for the upcoming events like Rise and Brentwood Brawl. Focus Miss has a lot on the line here, because the winner of this moves on to face Selkie, the #1 player of Ireland as well. And if you can win that, you potentially get Big Boss as well. So you don't want to be fumbling at the earliest opportunity if you are either of these players.
Certainly not here. And I think Focus Miss decided to go DK because of that raw kill power. They're not wanting to fumble this winner's side run this early on. DK comes back out, and I think what was so important there is the fact that Focus Miss did not let up, was always swinging, always going for hits. We've gone to Yoshi's, the platform's going to be that little bit higher the terrain, that little bit more tumultuous to get around both for Samus's bombs and for DK getting back to ledge. Of course, that slam will certainly make things strange. There we go. Treble up air into the up B, off the top, not quite. You could see what the intent was, and it was almost looking a little bit less like Samus and more like Bayonetta. But a beautiful falling up air is going to get Focus Miss back to stage, but there we are. The deficit is well applied at this point. Just taking that single back air and wants a pivot grab to get Samus. You may not be able to ding-dong from the regular platforms, but if you get caught on top, it is going to be horrendous for Samus, and regardless of how heavy she is in that armor, getting on with a neutral get-up, timing it well, but not enough to get around the jab of Samus there. Going for that get-up attack, but instead the dash attack's going to prevail.
Yep, air dodge is down, but onto the slant of Yoshi's story, so it took more time to complete that reset down to stage, and it meant that Noventia could simply dash attack. This is going very, very well. I'm, to be honest, surprised that Yoshi's story was left open, because this is quite a famously good Samus stage. You can drop the bombs off that angled side to just drop them in harm's way, and Screw Attack does not care for those higher heights of the platforms. Focus Miss, there's also extra pressure to represent Donkey Kong as a character because Joy-Con, one of the strongest in the venue, is already in losers, having dropped to Eid, the Incineroar. So Focus Miss, can you do it? Can you collect that ore? Or is Noventia going to leave us in awe of the skills? Well, not quite yet. Cargo back throw is going to even the stocks out for now.
There we are, getting an advantageous cargo throw off the back of a missed option there. The forward air dragging DK down and keeping him on that top platform. Noventia, though, missing the charge shot, and a great wait from Focus Miss. The patience on this player is absolutely amazing. Wanted a trip, you gotta think. And there we go. We've seen Focus Miss getting so good at calling out the screw attacks. We're getting things like back air, and there we got the falling up air as well. Wants a reverse giant punch reading a roll, but it wasn't there. Getting charge shot for his troubles here, and the bombs are starting to drop. A great weight, and the angle of the spinning conch is going to make sure. No way, there we are. Beautiful footstool to send Noventia down and away. And suddenly, though things look dire in that first stock, Focus Miss has used that patience, that wherewithal to get back into this game.
We need to acknowledge as well how hard it is to even attempt to footstool Samus in the first place, because they have such an instant win button with Screw Attack, but Focus Miss went all the way down to get that footstool at the exact moment it would work. And Focus Miss has brought this all the way back from what looked like it might have been an early trip to lose his bracket, but he messes up the recovery, trying to weave around charge shot with too much specificity, and will drop down. So again, one down air could take the stock away from Focus Miss at pretty much any percent. Focus Miss is gonna have to be careful. Noventia, finally, we've seen him complete jab 1 into jab 2 quite a lot, considering it's never a true combo from Samus, but finally mixes it up into a pivot grab. It doesn't quite work, but there, the Nair to break things out. Noventia is going full aggressive mode right now, and I don't know if that's the idea we should be doing right now.
You should be falling back, and DK pushing forward, saying you can drift as far away as you want. You are just prime real estate for my back air, securing a game 5 after a very dire start to that game. A very dire start of the whole set, where Focus Miss is scratching and clawing and heaving and hoeing to get back into this set. Game 5 is upon us, and you know what Focus Miss was doing well. I mentioned at the start, calling out Screw Attack in that game 3. Game 4, Noventia, you could tell, wanted to just use that safe option, that Screw Attack, just to get off me, DK, get away. I'm putting damage on you and I'm sending you up and away. But every time for those last 2 minutes, it wasn't working out. Focus was able to punish. We're back to Yoshi's. A very good stage for Samus, as you say, Taylor the Toaster.
But it's more interesting to say that Focus Miss doesn't regret it at all, still leaves it open for a second time, says, yeah, let's go back, that was fine. I still won on it at the end of the day. DK's aerial drift was a big part of it, but I'm going to drift my way up to the top platform and swing with an up air. It barely doesn't beat out the air dodge timing of Noventia. Now it's Noventia's turn, gets the air dodge read on Focus Miss, and I'm going to drift all the way to the left. These bombs are making it so hard for Focus Miss to make it back onto stage, and Noventia has slowed the pace down magnificently. Focus Miss well in the lead percent-wise, but it doesn't feel like it right now, you know what, Joe?
Yeah, absolutely. We saw back-to-back regrabs. There you go. Off you go. The blast zones of Yoshi's really paying dividends here. A little bit thinner on the side, meaning that cargo F-throw is going to do things a little bit earlier. Wants to get just these few hits, and slowing down the pace here is Noventia. As you said, I think it's completely the right idea, but I think potentially when you've chosen this stage, which is so small and gives DK that bit less room to have to cover to get to you, I don't know if it's maybe the correct choice. We saw lovely regrabs on that top platform. Noventia going for the Screw Attack, evidently comfortable to try it again, and trying that down air that won game 1 again. Instead of the morph ball bomb into the up tilt, swinging the heels of Samus right into DK and taking the stock.
It is super duper strong, and there was also an attempt from Noventia to use charge shot at close range because it can combo into other moves, but DK can always combo into that up air if you've got your ding dong timings down. Noventia finally is the person on their winner's side tournament stock. You had to bring them down to a game 5 to get that opportunity. But the 2-punch powers through the charge shot. Magnificent from Focus Miss.
I do not care about your projectile. Get out of my face. I've got super armor and a prayer here, and the back airs are going to come out here, wanting to just slow things down, just controlling that center of the stage. Yeah, you've let Noventia get back on, but you were trying to accrue resources at the time. There we go. A lovely falling there into a back end, missing the up air, swinging wildly here. Wants something big and gets it. We started this set with a dare, and we end this set with a dare, but it's Focus Miss pulling through the turmoil that Samus creates and able to turn things around.